But y'all can tell I feel some type of way right now. Because if I didn't, I would need to use this. Because I only smoke when I need to either calm my Tourette's or just calm down, period. And I haven't done a FaceTime Besties podcast in a very long time. But never have I ever done a FaceTime Besties podcast in the past 2 years with it in vertical. So then this is how you know this is an emergency reading. I'll put this down. I just need a little bit. I need the, well, not the full thing, but I did, but I didn't have full of what I wanted. So let me cleanse the energy first. Well, no, actually, let me say what I gotta say, and then I'm gonna cleanse the energy. Because it's gonna come out either way. I currently am in a kerfunkle, if you will, because of the simple fact, and I might be mad. Because of the simple fact with my chest chakra. That the people that have been trying to oppress me have now realized that the things that they are doing is not succeeding in the way that they hoped. And is now causing them to lose their mind. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what the fuck these hoes be trying to make me channel. I don't know what the fuck these hoes is doing on their off day. But I feel there's some sort of like unspoken rule that I'm not really getting at. I'm not understanding. Because I was never taught that, and I've seen this happen constantly with the tarot readers, so it's not surprising to me that, and y'all know this the best. So we get into the real tea over here for real in the FaceTime Business podcast. I'll be reading y'all energy on y'all podcast. This is like the global podcast energy kind of, and I got a feeling that we gonna be getting into some things. Somebody don't want me to be up. Somebody don't want me to take and give this reading. Somebody doesn't want me to say something, but I bind it in the name of Jesus, and I send it back to sender tenfold. And if they keep sending it back, send it to them instantaneously, forevermore. Anyway, so what's going on right now? It feels like there has been, and that's why I feel so out of it, because I had to tap into like the global energy. But I feel like whatever I'm going through is tying into what's happening in the world to some degree. I'm always feeling like I play a part in a role in certain things that is happening in the world, regardless if it's pollution or climate change or the political standpoint of just America. But right now, we are at a time of not knowing, but all know, not seeing, but all feel, but not having the capacity to want to understand, but hearing. So I don't know if it's just me or what's going on. Let me go get my fan thing or what's going on, but it really does seem to me like it is a energy. Energy. My energy is being drained very quickly. energy of there needing to be unity, and I've been saying this for about 2 years now. And now people are now coming to the realization that that must be what we need to do. But we're coming to the energy of realization of self and self love and self healing so that we can get into union with not only our partners, but ourselves and the divine. So it seems like we have, as a globe, been led astray by what is good and what is evil. And I think that because of the energy that has been surrounding the warlocks, the witches, the pagans, the people of low vibrations doing worship to Baal, and the BLs of all of these people that aren't actually supposed to be considered a thing because of it being a want and not a need. See, we need God, we don't need evil. We don't need sinister. But that's what has been warped around all of the good. Is for every one good person, there's 10 evil things going on. And 9 out of 10, it could be in their life. But with that being said, it seems like the good people, the morale people, the people of high standard thinking and not just high standard living, are coming to the awareness that this is to some degree a matrix and a simulation and something that needs to be broken and has been breaking down for centuries. And because of this, there has been some sort of probability of high damage in the atmosphere. I'm just channeling. It's high damage is what I just heard. And it seems like to me there has been some sort of pause in the reality because we have to catch up. And it seems like there has been like a path that has been cleared to make everyone walk that seldom walk and walk that path of unison to know this is wrong, this is not what should be considered. And we have now instituted a new regimen of medicine, which is a new vibration of love, which is getting back into self and understanding who God is for you, and understanding individualism, and knowing that just because you're individualistic does not mean you have to isolate yourself to have no community. Everybody needs to some degree of community. And if without community, who are you? If without the people that have built you up to form you and mold you into the person that you are, if without them, what would you be? Who would you be? So it seems like you have turned back and thought about not physically turn back to the people, but turn back to the memories. And I've said this a couple of times before. Turn back to the memories. Turn back to the different types uh, of of good and evil things that have happened to you, and said that you have made it through and gotten through the situation. And I think everybody can't always say that all the time. Sometimes it's like you're in the midst of it and you don't know what to do. And this happens sometimes. You're in the midst of it and you don't know what to do. And you find yourself looking for other people instead of looking for God. And God has already found you. And I think you had to lose yourself, and I just heard "Lose to Win" by Fantasia. You had to lose yourself to find yourself in God. And it is now some sort of situation that you felt like that at the time you couldn't get through. But now you are looking back at it as if, why was I thinking of this at this in this time for just for a period or for a question mark? Because you had some sort of like understanding with the Lord to some degree, where you had some agreement that when you came down here, that some things were to happen how they were supposed to happen, but at any given point, when you felt too stressed, you felt too burdened, God was going to take all of your burdens away and alleviate your pain and alleviate your suffering. So why now, when there's a surplus of pain and suffering, when for the past 20 years we have done nothing but look at the TVs and look at the social medias and look at the telephones? When was that going to be a time, and when was there going to be a time that most people on a consistent basis took the day to day effort to say, Lord, I thank you. I don't know what's going on, but I praise your name because I know you're going to get through. You're going to let us get through what we are going through because you have something better planned. And so I don't believe that this is the end. I don't believe that this is how everything is going to be. I've been seeing what's on the news. I've been peeping around social media. I've been kind of off social media recently. Um, I've been peeping the things, and it's been a lot of energy of whether or not we're gonna make it through. But if you have the faith of the Lord, I promise, I'm telling y'all, when you have the faith and you are anointed and you have the belief of something that is beyond self and is showing you that you're on the right path for you, nothing can beat that. Nothing can beat that. And for me, nothing has beat that. Nothing has taken the place of the Lord when I first met him. Nothing has taken that place. Nothing has taken that place for me. And it's the Lord, the Almighty. Um, I just, I bask in his presence. I sometimes, because I'm channeling as well, and sometimes you get, you just want to be near him sometimes. Sometimes you just want to be close to him. And sometimes I feel like because of the religion factor and the faith factor, sometimes we get astray from the message. We misconstrue the message where we only see certain specific things that may be tied to our life in that moment. But sometimes I know what I'll do. Sometimes I'll get into a Bible verse and say, "Oh, I didn't. This is exactly what I was just talking about. This is exactly what I was just talking about." And then months later, I'll come back and think about that same verse and be like, "I know I didn't just think of that verse, and I was just talking about that." And that happens every now and again. But for me to like even think of that and be like, okay, God has been working through me for this amount of long time. Why am I still not showing my face to him? And I think that's where the globe is kind of sitting at right now. People are now seeing that you can't turn to man because man is only going to destroy things for you. You can't turn to man because they're only going to be have gluttony and deface the name of God or defame the name of God. So you have to have that courage and that faith to step out in faith with the Lord. And I think that's where we are like getting loose in the field, if you understand what I'm saying. Like getting caught in the wildlife instead of focusing on the path that we were supposed to be taking to get back to home. Um So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with the energy. This is the FaceTime Besties podcast. Thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. This YouTube is about spirituality, reality, comedy, holistic healing. If you like any of those things, please be sure to stay tuned. I have so much more where that came from. Let's see what's going on. So this is the FaceTime Besties podcast for what is the globe currently going through. Because I've seen so much stuff going on, child, yesterday, I think it was, and all of the destruction that is happening. And it's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing new, so it's not surprising. It's just disheartening. It's disheartening. It makes you feel like, dang, like, not even that all that we build, that's not even energy, because I didn't build none of that. It's all of the lives that are missing, all of the people that could be gone, and families that don't see their other kin that they just seen a couple hours ago or a few hours before the situation happened. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to me. And then the wildlife, what they're going through. See, with the devil card, it's nothing but destruction in the energy right now. That's how you know this to me, and I don't mean to be an a-hole, but this to me is hell. We're on the FaceTime Besties podcast. I can be real up here. This to me is hell. This is the ethers. Hells. And we're supposed to make it heaven by coming to one and coming into unison with each other. With the Star card and the Eight of Wands. I can't make this up. That's probably the energy right now. We're supposed to become one and see each other for, not just for face value, but what we see in each other's heart. And that's why we can't even get to loving each other, because we're so busy focusing on the physical instead of focusing on the spiritual aspect of life and understanding how, though you may have a child and a baby mom, or children and a few baby mamas, does not mean that you can't go on a spiritual journey. That doesn't mean that you can't heal yourself. It's just the modern way of thinking that it's more accessible to work and to go to schooling and get a degree so that you can get to something better, because that's the matrix that we live in, and we have to out that system. With the Eight of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, it is new coming in for the globe in its entirety. And it's quite honestly, because I live in the United States, if the United States doesn't progress, it will become a fifth world country, where it goes back to being a first world country. What's going on for the collective? Damn, the devil card want to pop out real bad. And the Five of Pentacles. Still got things and answers. Please got some messages that you want me to know about the next month. The last spread that we had earlier yesterday morning was the Lovers card. I think that was one of the first cards that popped out. Let's see what's going on for the globe, though. Because it's like people are trying to find some sort of situation and some sort of understanding, but the answers that you need is within self. What's that SZA song, Good Days, where she's talking about, we're feeding the youth fables and nothingness, but we haven't found the love within ourselves to even fathom how to live and breathe and to aspire to be something beyond where we are physically at, and what we have been taught with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. People are learning their intuition and trying to get to stability is the energy that I'm getting. It seems like with the King of Wands, because it's people behind the scenes that are powerful or trying to control certain parts of the world to make something be perceived more than what it is. The Queen of Cups is also water energy, so it could be a lot of tsunamis more happening, or yeah, because I'm seeing a water or a wave, so we could see a lot more of water problems happening. Because next year is, I believe, one, which is probably Sagittarius energy. So it could be more oil spills and more oil water fires is what I'm seeing, because if you look really closely, the cup is over the water, like something is a water spill, oil spill, or something like that. But with the Queen of Pentacles, something could be orchestrated behind the scenes. I'm not 100% sure what that's about. I'll get into that with my old style reading. Let's see what's going on. This isn't going to be a long reading. I got to do my other reading. I just wanted to get up here and say what I had to say. Yeah, with the Seven of Pentacles, somebody might be orchestrating something behind the scenes with the Knight of Swords because of them wanting chaos to erupt or wanting chaos to happen, which is interesting because that's something similar. Like, I'm protesting for betterment for not just the black community but for all minorities globally, and it really seems to me that this is not that energy, but it seems like the energy of protesting and standing against chaotic energy. Like, it's like I got to get my mind and my finances together so that I can have a legacy to grow from after all this chaos that is happening, or from all this chaos that is going to happen, because it's something that you can't control, because it's other people that are doing stuff behind the scenes that is trying to make things happen this way. With the Ten of Pentacles for money and for their own gains and material. My crown chakra just went off for material gains and maternal. I heard eternal landings, whichever a victory. Eternal landings is what I heard. So somebody wants to get to some sort of victory. Somebody wants to get to some sort of victory. Let me get this thing. Okay. Go ahead and find the Queen of Cups. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Let's see what the Queen of Cups is. Right. With the Two of Pentacles, people are using 23, as I stated. People are using maternal gains with the Ten of Pentacles out already. Maternal gains to make it seem like certain things are happening, but certain things are being orchestrated behind the scenes to try and make it like something is happening a certain way, when in reality somebody is trying to destroy what we perceive based off of how they believe they want the world to be. And it's very interesting. That is very interesting. Because people are thinking behind the scenes that I'm doing this shit. And y'all know how I started off this reading. If y'all know how I started off this reading, y'all know that, like, somebody is trying to paint me out to be a bad person because of the simple fact that I do tarot and I'm also spiritual. But I was rooted into Christianity. I was rooted in the church. So the fact that hoes be trying to, like, and I don't mean to curse after I just talked about the Lord, but people be trying to make it like, oh, it's this and it's that. But in reality, you got to take it from a perspective of you haven't walked in this person's shoes. And I think that's what people are taking it in the perspective of when it comes to you having all of this turmoil and leveling up so that you can build to better to get out of this chaotic energy that is happening globally, not just in the United States, not just in Nepal, not just in Japan, but globally. It seems like whatever was happening, we are all coming to the realization and the understanding that it isn't just one person that is orchestrating this. It is a multitude of people that is trying to create some sort of discourse, trying to create some sort of chaos to get some sort of gains from it. And because of that, it is causing with the Queen of Cups your intuition to be shocked. And that's why I keep getting sleepy. Your intuition to be shocked, your intuition to be drained because of the simple fact that it's a global conscious that is being pressed onto every single person to think of money, to think of getting back into slavery. That's what this is about. That's why the Queen of Pentacles is out here. And it's the man on the damn card. This is supposed to be a ploy, especially in America specifically, to get the dollar to be worth more. To represent someone that doesn't represent them. To be for somebody that doesn't want to be for them. And it seems like with the Queen of Pentacles, it seems like someone is trying to outline your life to their liking, to absorb your energy and blood suck from your energy. Because you are the coin, you are the pinnacle. Somebody thought that they were going to be able to, and look how protected you are. Look how you radiate. Look how protected you are. And then they try and say that the global conscious isn't going to understand what's going on, but we have been, and we are. And we especially are now more than ever because of the hangings that are happening, the lynchings that are happening. Somebody does not want me to say this. Somebody is coming to me because I've already been channeling. Okay. So certain things that have been happening was a ploy to get some black people mad, is what I'm hearing. Somebody was trying to bring back old repressed pattern lineage trauma to bring down specifically the black community. Just to hold energy and hone in on that. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. With the death, I'm not making this up. I cannot make this up. I'm about to cry. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. 2808 as I say this. Come on now. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. With the Ace of Wands. Somebody wanted to blood suck your energy. Somebody wanted to blood suck you. Just in general. They wanted to see if they could drain your energy by way of being around you and being nice to you so that eventually it can turn on you to make you look stupid. That's what that was with the Death card. And now you have with the Devil card. I can't make this up. Somebody was trying to be toxic and tumultuous and try and be defensive over a situation that they started. Oh Lord, and I just seen this. It's the Six of Pentacles out here with the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. It's progression, two words. How do you go get from bad backyard again happy back to I had to defend myself because of the stupid shit that I done went through? And the karma that I have to deal with now. With the Death card being back at the bottom of the deck and the Three of Dead-Gone Cups. Because of me trying to party and be happy and not think about responsibilities and not think of the things that, I'm supposed to do. Now I have to retaliate very quickly because I wasn't preparing to run a 250-year-old fucking American country. And it's just like, with the judgment card wanting to pop out, it's literally just like, how do you put somebody in the position of ill will to try and bring down and not upkeep what is already in fragile energy when it comes to finances? So why would you put something in more of a conundrum to where it's erasable pretty much? It's erasable or unerasable. The history could never be undone, but it won't be remembered either. So we gotta focus on the Epstein before we even focus on the shit that we focusing on with the Four of Cups. We as the globe are not interested in anything that is really happening until people bring out the information that is holding all of these people that are currently being kidnapped, and people are trying to mask it with the Epstein files, and people don't even talk about the Epstein files. So what does that let you know that they're doing with the current people that are children in America? Right. Okay, so with the Page of Pentacles coming right back out, it seems like with the Seven of Pentacles, it's as if you or the globe seems to be in the energy or the vibration of building themselves up so that they can get to something better or get to something higher to get to more understanding. And it seems like without the Lord, you wouldn't know what to do, or without your divine counsel or whoever you believe in was trying to lead you on the path of righteousness and lead you on the path of understanding, but it was people or things that was literally strategically getting in the way. Could be the government, could be a lack of finances or resources that was causing you to have a delay in something, because it was because of a situationship. And it wasn't a relationship. It doesn't seem like a relationship. It seems like you could have been living on your friend's couch, and you feel like, you know what I'm saying, with the Three of Cups, instead of putting yourself in the King of Pentacles in a different situation with the Page of Wands and the damn King of Wands, that isn't going to, that mindset, whatever you're in currently, is going to level you up to a Ten of Pentacles. And I think that's what's halting the globe in general, because we invest so much into people and images and idolizations because of specific aesthetically pleasing attire or a pleasing looks, to get them to a point of being at a pinnacle, to get them to a point of understanding and leveling up, instead of you getting to that victory, you getting to that understanding, you leveling up. And I think now the tides have changed. The tides have changed for the better, because now we see with the King of Cups, everybody can have emotions and people can communicate properly without being narcissists. With the Seven of Wands in reverse, because people are now bringing down their defenses and getting to understand that we are all in this together. We're not alone in this situation. Why are we acting like it? Why are we not speaking out to each other? One, because of language, and two, because of currency. That's why God had to come in and wipe all that out. That's why God had to come in and wipe all that stuff out. Because with the Hierophant, it's like God is showing the world that it's time. It's time. It's time for a regeneration. It's time for a rebirth. And if we don't get with it, we get lost. There's nothing else, nothing more. It's just simple as that. And for me to be almost 40 minutes into, well, I'm gonna take 10 minutes off, 20 minutes into this reading. And these is not a big spread. My energy is completely drained. My energy is gone. I was going to do another reading, but I'm gonna let this energy go eventually and get back up here. But I can't even feel nothing right now. Like, I can feel pain. Like, I can feel a one little specific thing in my hip bone, but it feels numb. I feel numb right now. I don't feel sleepy. I feel drained. Like, I have the energy, but do you see how I just sparked back up? I don't have, for some reason, I'm just losing energy. And that's what it is. They're siphoning our energies. They're siphoning our energies, and they're trying to make it to the point where we power something up. And I'm thinking it's AI. And they're using energetic fields to do it because they know how to do energetic fields to program a computer, especially electromagnetic. Okay, y'all. Hello. I don't know if I said it before. I'm about to get off here. I feel very dizzy. I need a moment or two. Just give me a second. I really don't even feel like I'm about to throw up physically, but I feel like I'm about to throw up spiritually. But it's like, it's crazy. Oh, there was a time. Oh my goodness.